Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. In this episode, we're gonna be paint matching all of our blue donor panels to be white to match the car. So we're gonna take all the panels that came off of the blue donor car and we're gonna paint them all the BMW Alpine White to match up with our white M5. In the last few weeks, I've got a ton of different emails about how to paint on a budget, so I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth on how to keep your budget low and how to do a DIY at-home paint job as well. Stay tuned. Before I get down to work today, I want to take a second out to thank our sponsor. We got a new one today. This episode is proudly sponsored by Honey. Honey is an awesome idea. This is one of those ideas, like you guys know I come from a tech background. When I heard about this company, I was like, I wish I thought of that. I really wish I thought of that. But it's a brilliant idea. It's a browser extension. It's a free browser extension that runs in the background when you're on websites and when you're shopping. And when this website accepts a coupon code, Honey automatically searches for the best coupon code online. So you're always saving the most money when you're making purchases online. To install Honey, head over to joinhoney.com/build, and then you're just 2 clicks away. 1 click, 2 click, browser extension installed, and you're off to the races. The next time you're out there shopping, buying food, buying pizza, and the website that you're using has a promo code box, you'll see that Honey has chosen the best code for you to save the most amount of money. Guys, there's pretty much no reason not to install Honey on your browser today. It's free. It just takes 2 clicks to install and it will save you money. So head to the link in the description to add Honey to your browser for free, or head over to joinhoney.com/build and snag it today. This is one extension that I will have on all of my computers because there's just no reason not to. So thanks so much to Honey for sponsoring this episode. Now let's get down to work. Clear bra, clear bra, clear bra. Sujetador claro. I hate clear bra. It's the bane of my existence. It's the hardest stuff to get off in the world. It leaves a terrible tacky residue and it just punishes you every step of the way and doesn't look good on cars, guys. So this is my my plea to everyone. Before you crash your car, please uninstall your clear bra. That way it makes me fixing your car later just that much easier. Anyways, that's what I gotta do. It's time to peel some clear bra off of all these pieces because you can't paint over it. The worst. 2 hours later and I've got half of the hood section done. I don't even want to think about how long that bumper is going to take. Well, it's the next day now and I got the hood completed. Don't worry about all these scratch and smudge marks. Yeah, you know, don't worry about it. It'll sand out. That'll all sand out. I got a little piece here on the fender, and then I'm gonna go onto the bumper. I need to be spraying paint in the next 3 hours because of temperature reasons. And this bumper is fully covered, so I'm really, really worried about it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bang out the fender real quick, and then move on to the bumper. For you guys, this won't be any time at all, but for me, it's gonna be an eternity. Well, that was interesting. The clear bra material basically pulled up the clear coat on the bumper when it came off. So, you know, I complain about this stuff just kind of jokingly because it is really hard for me to remove before I repaint panels. So a lot of that is kind of a joke, but I will say that a lot of these aftermarket clear bra or these clear bra additions that I've seen on this bumper, I should have filmed more of it beforehand, but the quality of the finish on it was worse than any paint job I've ever done. It had so many wrinkles, it had these burn through spots where the material had been heated up too hot. It had a lot of issues with it. And then over time, it started to look like crap. Now, if you were just at home and you were like, you know what, I've had enough of this clear bra stuff, it's yellowed out, it's sunburnt, I'm done with it, I wanna peel it off. Well, you would have just peeled the whole clear coat off of your bumper, because this is all that's left. Yeah, it destroyed the clear coat. So it's actually good for me though. This is a bonus for me because it made getting this bumper clean and getting the stuff off of it a much faster process. But the downside to that is anywhere where there is clear coat left, now that I know it's all very compromised, any clear coat that was previously covered by vinyl, which I think I got rid of almost all of it, needs to be sanded really well and sanded right through. So that's the next step. I'm gonna go ahead and be sanding up all these panels, basically prepping them for the primer. We're gonna be using a sealer primer on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my sanding pad. I'll probably use a 400 with a big squishy media pad in the middle so it can get into the grooves and it also won't cut into this base layer too much. All right. Everything is all sanded up nicely. We got the bumper over there, the two fenders, and the hood. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean and then set everything up, prepare it for paint, and then I'm gonna throw all these bad boys down to protect the shop from all the things that we don't want oversprayed. All the panels are prepped and ready to be painted. So what you saw me put on there is called Prep All. That's a wax and grease remover. You kind of do a little wax on, wax off action with that stuff. Clean the panels all up real nicely. So I've got a lot of emails lately about how to do a budget paint job. And so let's start by location. You should have a lot of ventilation, which is the #1 thing that I'm missing here. I don't have a lot of ventilation because I don't have a lot of heat. So I don't have a heated booth. So if I add in ventilation right now, it's gonna get much, much too cold to spray paint. So that's a bummer, and I just go without ventilation. But if you're at home and you're setting something up in maybe a garage or something that's heated, you're gonna wanna add in ventilation. You could crack a door open, add like 3 fans that are all blowing out with filter. You'd be good to go as long as your garage is heated. Next thing, let's talk about air. The whole reason that I have this massive air compressor system is for automotive painting, and I've found that this size is about the minimum to use the type of gun that I'm gonna use, and I'll show you guns in a second. But here's basically the stats on this. If you can get something that has these stats, you will be good enough to paint automotive, but that's just barely enough if you use the type of gun that I'm using, which I'll bring you over here and show you the gun. So this is a Astro Euro Pro Evo T. This is a gun that was given to me by this company, and I've been using it for a couple years now with good results. This is a low airflow gun, meaning it's a gun that's designed to use less airflow. If you want to use one of the bigger, more professional guns, you're going to need even bigger air compressor system. Keep in mind, I also have an air filter on there. You're going to want one of those no matter what system that you use. I guess I should show you guys that stuff too. This is all, I get a ton of emails about this, so I wanted to go over it for you guys. This is an air water separator, and that's an air filter back there. So I go through the air water separator, I've already drained that out, then it runs into that air filter, then it comes out into my gun, which has more filters on it. It has another oil water separator right here, before an air filter right here, regulator into the gun. That helps me keep stuff out of it. Now, if you don't have an air compressor that large, if maybe you have one of these smaller ones like this one right here, what you can go ahead and use is a detail gun. So this is like, if you were just painting, say, that bumper cover right there, you could go ahead and use a detail gun. This one's like crazy retrofitted to have this massive can right here because I actually painted an entire car with it. This is like a $10, $15 not Home Depot, Harbor Freight detail gun with an air filter regulator setup and everything like that. And you can paint small things. I wouldn't advise trying to paint something like a hood because you're going to take a lot of passes and you might get tiger striping on it. But you can do a lot of things. If you're just doing a front bumper, or say you bought a wide body kit, you wanted to just get your wide body kit painted, you could definitely paint match with a wide body kit. Last thing is paint. Paint is pretty simple because it's kind of out of your hands. So head on down to your automotive finishes store, any one of them that sells paint, and tell them the type of job that you're doing, the type of panels that you're spraying on, and ask them what to get. So for BMW here, the BMW paint that we're spraying, I gave them the color code for the white car. They gave me back this base coat, and then we got that clear coat. So it's a 2-stage paint. It's a base coat, clear coat, awesome. And then because we're painting blue panels to white, and we have another white panel that we're painting white, I went ahead and got a primer sealer as well. So this is a white sealer primer. That's going to do two things. It's gonna go ahead and get all the panels white, so we're starting with the same color on all the panels. It's also gonna seal out any contaminants when you're spraying like something crazy like a bumper like this. It's really good idea to use a sealer primer first. So you got a sealer primer, base coat, clear coat. Pretty simple stuff. There's also other types of paints that are called a 3-stage paint. That's a base coat, mid coat, clear coat. I've never sprayed one of those. They're a little bit harder to spray. I would say if you're getting started, either use a single stage paint, which would just be maybe primer and then single stage, or just a single stage. But if not, single stage clear coat. So that's it. That's your basic budget paint setup. I've gone through this a whole lot of times in different ways and tried to figure out the best way to do it. If you wanted to stay on the really, really cheap, borrow an air compressor like the small one I just showed you. Go ahead and get a detail gun. Now this isn't for respraying a whole car, but say you're just trying to paint like a body kit or a new front bumper or a small damage spot. Detail gun, small air compressor, professional grade paint, you're off to the races. That's how you do it. Don't forget inline filters and spray in an area that has as little debris as you can and stays up to temperature. Minimum temperature for most paints is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, some is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And here, we're going 50 today. And let's hope it doesn't cause us troubles like the last time. That's it. I'm gonna start spraying primer right now. Got our primer on. We ran into one small problem that we keep running into, which was fish eyes. We had some fish eyes on the front bumper and a tiny bit on the hood and a lot on the fender. I don't know if this time it was from contamination or something in the lines, but what I went ahead and did was I did a mist coat over where there's fish eyes and let that mist coat dry up really well, and then I came back and did one more coat over it, and that seems to have filled in all those fish eyes. So I'm really hoping that won't be something that pops back up in the base coat. So now everything is a nice white primered, and it's a sealer primer, so it should seal out any contaminants, any bad shit that's underneath that caused those fish eyes, whatever. We should be past that at this point. So now I'm gonna give this plenty of time to dry up, and then it's time to go ahead and hit it with the base coat white. Okay, base coat's on. Sorry, I have to wear my respirator in here. It's a little too foggy. Base coat's on. It's looking nice and smooth on all of the parts except for the hood. The hood has a little bit too much texture to it. I believe that's because of some of the primer underneath. When I sprayed it on, I just didn't spray it on thick enough. So I'm very happy with the results on all of these other pieces. But the hood has a tiny bit of texture. Now, I think I can correct this with the clear coat. If not, and the clear coat comes out with a little bit of texture as well, you can definitely fix that by wet sanding after the clear coat is cured up. So like 2 weeks later, you can come in and wet sand. And wet sanding something like a hood is actually very easy because it's one large uniform piece. So overall, I'm not too worried about it at all, but that's the only thing that's shy of what I would consider my perfect paint job. So I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy that the fisheye problem has been eliminated and that it's going well so far. So that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and smash on 2 coats of clear, and then this paint job will be complete. So fingers crossed I don't mess that up, and I'll have a really good paint job here. I'm very excited. I think I might have just nailed the best paint job I've ever done, so I'm just gonna like shut everything off and sneak out of here. It's the next morning. This is my first time back in the shop to check out these panels. Let's see how they turned out. Overall, I can just tell from looking back here, like, that's a good one. That's a good panel right there. I'm very, very happy with that. They look a lot like they looked last night. What I was worried about is getting any runs after the fact, but we got no runs here. I could feel there's a little bit of what's called blushing. That's from all that mist and all that stuff in the air. It falls down and settles on the panels. But luckily, that is like really easily just buffed out. You just buff it right out of the clear coat when we're done if it's unacceptable. Or it might just come off with your first wash as well. It doesn't have anything to really stick onto the paint. Wow, that came out great too. Really, really happy. Hood looks good. Looks like the way we left it last night. You can see the amount of orange peel from kind of the lights that are bouncing off. It looks pretty good, pretty close to the factory amount of orange peel. There are little bits of particulate sometimes in some places on this, and that is just what you're gonna get painting in a shop like this. And the bumper looks good too. Damn, I am so happy. No runs at all, which is very interesting because last few times I've been painting, I've been getting runs. But I've been practicing, I've been getting better clearly, and it paid off. That's awesome. Look at that light bouncing off of that hood right there. Like, it's so glassy. I'm stoked. We did it. Budget paint job. This was about $200 in paint supplies, and we nailed it. I'm gonna go ahead and peel the emblem paint off. That's the only masking that we have, and then these parts are done. All right, well, that's a wrap, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Your boy here celebrated Valentine's Day a little too hard last night, so I feel like a pile of hot garbage, and I need a cheeseburger. So that's it for me. These parts go back on the car. In the next episode, it's a final assembly. We're putting that M5 back together again. I'm so excited. I am so excited to get this car buttoned up. It's gonna be awesome. We got our airbag sensors in, we got all sorts of other stuff in. It's gonna be great. So, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you join me for the next episode as well. If you're not watching this live, just probably it's in the next recommended thing. Just click around somewhere, dude. You can get it. If you like BS for Build and you like what we do, head over to bsforbuild.com, scroll down in the shop, pick up any of the merch there. All the proceeds for the merch go directly into these things to buying paint and the supplies that it takes to run this channel. So thank you guys so much that all already support in that way. And if you want to find us in more places, we are BS for Build on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. What's that thing I stream on? Twitch? Yeah, I'm on there. I'm gonna be on there right after this. I'm gonna eat a cheeseburger and play some video games. I wish. I'm actually gonna edit this episode. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you soon. Peace!